Okay, let's get straight to the point. Let's talk about Johnathan Majors and Megan Good. Now, they've been a little quiet lately. You know, Johnathan Majors, he was in the news for all the stuff he had going on. But it seemed like he bouncing back. I want to say they're going to bring him back in one of those Marvel movies and give him his character back. Should have never took it from him in the first place. He is what he is. But let's get into this, people. So today, someone decided to go viral and take a risk and do something so disrespectful that no man should never do when a man is out with his woman. Well, Megan Good was out and Johnathan Majors was out. It was like they was in the store, mall, whatever, somewhere. And a fan, of course, spotted them and wanted to take a picture. And that's exactly what that fan did. But that fan also took it a little too far and asked Megan Good for her 7 digits right there in front of her man. Y'all check out this video.
You're beautiful in person, just to let you know, yeah.
Just I'm a freak out after.
Can I get a picture too?
Yeah.
Possibly like a number, if that's fine.
Oh, thank you, love.
I said like a number.
Whose number?
Her
My number? No, that's my man.
Why don't you go Google something, bro?
I didn't know.
Y'all heard the guy. The guy asked Megan Good for a picture by herself without Johnathan Majors in it, but then also said, "Can I get your phone number?" He was putting his Mac down like Doody Brown. But why would you do that? These people would do anything to go viral. And this guy right here, who I think was with him, had a look on his face like, I can't believe you just did that. And also probably like going through his head like, did you not see Johnathan Majors in Creed? Like, dude, I don't know if you're a boxer for real, but according to that, based off the movie, the dude can give you a nice 2-piece and a biscuit with a side of onion rings. Now, like I say, you heard Johnathan Majors. Johnathan Majors told the dude, hey, what you say? What you say? He heard what he said, but he wanted him to repeat it. Johnathan Majors told the guy, look here, buddy, you better go Google something. Now, I don't know what he wanted him to Google. He should have been a little bit more specific about that. Like, tell him what to Google. Like, you just want him to get on Google and Google what? You should have went on there and told him to Google what open up a can of whoop ass is. Because that's exactly what you about to get. Only thing he needs is a can opener. That's crazy though. Why would someone do that? It's beyond me, and that right there is something that you're really taking a risk. Now here's the thing about that. Johnathan Majors was in a bad position. Why? Even though the dude disrespecting him in front of his woman, with Johnathan Majors being a celebrity, let's be honest, what can he do? Because if he put his paws and put his hands on that guy, then y'all know exactly what's going to happen. The dude gonna go run straight to the courthouse and file a lawsuit and say Johnathan Majors put his hands on me, despite that guy asked for his girl phone number in front of him, which is so disrespectful. But anything to get clicks and views and go viral, people do it, because that's exactly what happened with this video. Now let's get into some, it's probably old news, but just want to talk about it. Lauryn Hill, if I rule the world, but it's also if I can be on time. Now, in this situation with the Essence Fest made it plain and clear as daylight that Lauryn Hill had nothing to do with being late for the Essence Fest. She performed 2:37 something in the morning. A lot of people say it was empty in there, but she did perform. And I think it was when she got off stage, it was almost close to 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:37. People was in the bed sleeping and snoring and slopping on pillows, about to get ready to get up to get on bourbon and go do it all again. And she probably just not get off stage. But here's the thing, people. Lauryn Hill didn't have enough of it. Because you know the reputation that she has is that she is always late. Even though this had nothing to do with her and was no fault of her own, it just don't look good that the fact, here we go again, Lauryn Hill is late, even though it's not her fault. So Lauryn Hill has spoken up about this Essence Fest thing, and she said this. And she said a lot, but I'm not going to read all that. So I'm just going to cut it down to what I want to cut it down to. Key points. She said, thank you, Essence, for clarifying that the delays were not my fault. Family, let me address a few things. She said, there seems to be a misconception out there, though, that I am somewhere on the Riviera with my feet up, drink in hand, showing up to concerts whenever because I'm too important to care. She also say, those of you who can no longer extend me grace, I'm okay with that, because it's not your grace that sustains me. It's God's grace that sustains me in the love of the fans who appreciate that my message come from them when they need it most, and know that I was probably punished for being so honest in the midst of big business. I will continue to push and play for these and other similar reasons. Then she ended it by saying, media, fact check and watch what you irresponsibly put out there. There are consequences for misrepresenting the facts. Despite the late start, I appreciate those who stayed and rock with us. Yeah, misrepresenting, miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Let's talk about this. So you heard what she said. You know, like I said, it wasn't her fault. But Lauryn Hill has to realize, even though this wasn't her fault, that people, you know, her reputation of being late to shows, it's just been over and over again. Now, what she also said in this message is that she is hands-on with all her activities for her show, and therefore, you know, I don't know what that would have to do with being late, but she is very hands-on, and she has to make sure everything is right from production to everything. And I get that, but this is also your job. So regardless, you got kids, grandkids, you got to work with the band, you a part of everything, doing it yourself, you still got to prepare to make sure that you be at show on time. Now, this is Essence' fault, but there's plenty of other shows that you clearly have been late to that people have felt some kind of way about. So even though you put out this message, that you go read the comment section, there are people on there saying, you know, go girl, you know, we with you. But there's a lot of people saying, but look here, what about this show back in such and such you was late? Some people saying that she didn't give a different reason, saying that the reason why she was late back in the past was because her energy wasn't aligned. Now she basically saying a whole nother reason. At the end of the day, people just want to come and see a show, but they don't want you to be, you 30 minutes late, we get it. But Lauryn Hill has a reputation where she didn't have some shows where she was hours late, 2 to 3 hours late. I wasn't at the shows, but I'm just talking about it's online. Plenty of people complaining that she was late for shows. What was the reason for that? I understand with the Essence Fest, it was production. But what about the other times? That's what people want the problem to be fixed, is they continue to go support you, but then you're late for shows. Regardless, despite the reason, this is happening repeatedly over and over again, and it needs to stop. But y'all get in the comments, tell what y'all think. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share my video. I'm Grady Mac. Holla.